Good evening then, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to FTRL, and you now get your weekly fix of F3 action. It is Wednesday, and the F3 boys are here to provide the entertainment, as they always do. On the comms merry-go-round this week, we've had myself and Simon on Monday, you had Simon and Pagani on Tuesday, and therefore on Wednesday you've got me and Pagani. Good evening, Pagani.
Afternoon. Yeah, it's sort of a merry-go-round we've got going at the moment, but yeah.
Well, we've got the three best ones, so we may as well just make use of them while we've got them. Unfortunately, Joe decided to rage against his headset rather than the machine, and broke his headset, so he is off duty this week. Hopefully he'll be back next week, though.
What can I tell? We have a very overcast Suzuka.
Yes, now some of the guys have been praying for rain, namely Zom. While others have been very vocal in saying they do not want it. Don't let them. Voice inception.
I wanted rain for driving, but for commentating, no, I do not want rain. We have entertaining enough races in F3 as it is when it's dry. So,
dude, of course, the one that might turn everybody off tonight is that we are missing Goikarp. Goikarp is not here tonight, so we fully understand that if you need to go take a moment in a corner and cry, that's absolutely fine. We've been doing that for the last couple of hours since we found out, so unfortunately there's no Goi. I just can't take it.
Well, we need a standout performer tonight to take the spotlight away from some Goi in it, I think. But...
Indeed, who do we think that might be? Who's going to step up today?
Oh. Well, we've got a yellow flag in Sector 3 already, but I mean, Sam is probably going to win the race. However, I'm tipping Marty to have a very good race tonight.
Yes, so he's been steadily improving this season, getting good results under the radar. He's staying out of trouble a lot more this season, which has obviously been his kind of downfall a lot last season, so he's definitely making an improvement. I think he's probably due a podium. I think this could be the week. Obviously, we're down 5 this week, so this could be the week. Some big names missing.
Another one that's been shown signs has been on safe release since he joined. He's shown some mighty pace, but has been unfortunate with getting involved in other people's accidents. So, another one we hope for a clean run time. Obviously a fellow Haas driver, so much love to the Haas brigade.
Yep, so and the Renault boys are down to just one tonight with Zom, so let's see what he can do. He's coming with a whole 2 laps of practice, so he is revved up and ready to go. On board with Norwich City at the minute. He's going to be the first one around to complete a lap, I believe.
I would believe so.
Into the chicane. Now, obviously we've both driven it, and you can see there on the camera there's a massive bump coming out of the final corner, which definitely pitches your car if you go over it wrong. We saw, I think, Andy on Monday tanked into the wall after hitting that bump.
It's one of them, it makes pit entry very difficult. As we saw last night in F2, I think 9 cars got a 5-second penalty for speed in pit lane. So.
Yes, including myself. It was my only penalty actually last night. I didn't get any for corner cutting this week, which is a stark improvement. So I was happy with that, even if my race was a bit, well, unfortunately my curse continues to strike me, where I tripped over somebody who had spun at the Dunlop curve and smashed my front wing off on lap 3, and then had one other accident of my own accord. But other than that, it was an alright race.
Obviously my race sort of, I lost a point by 1/10 of a second, so that wasn't not my favourite race ever, but yeah.
Straight away Sam Saunders pops himself onto the top of the timesheets, half a second up on Switchback, who is, or Zaki as he may previously been known. Unsafe release, now pops himself over into P2, and Blue Flag has retired from the session. Oh no, Sai has had a moment.
Simon, what have you done?
That is going to put him straight on the back foot.
Yellow flag sector 1, but I'm struggling to find out. Oh, it's the long left Honda finishes sector 1.
So the Dunlop corner. The one he was
right.
He was worried about that corner, wasn't he? He did say he did not like that corner.
We have Junkie Sport in the chat all the way from South Africa. So.
Greetings, Junkie Sport. I hope you are working on that tan in that rather fetching outfit you posted in the Discord earlier.
I do hope you're staying away from seals this time. Because I know earlier in the week you were being attacked by a seal, so yeah.
On board with Foggy now. He's gone out on the hard tyre, which we haven't seen a lot of this week. So I don't know whether he's missed the streams and hasn't seen the strategies that have been playing out. But it's good to have one of the Ferraris back while his teammate is sunning himself in South Africa, putting himself into P11. I think there's definitely a lot more speed in that Ferrari if he can put himself, or when he decides to go onto a softer compounded tyre.
Well, Mr. Blue Flag is immediately coming to the stream chat swearing, so I don't think that was his intention to be out qualifying so soon.
Yeah, so Sai, after starting to put together some good results, is now definitely on the back foot for tonight. It's a very narrow circuit. There's overtaking, I would say normally be a premium, but this is FTRL and we don't understand not overtaking en masse. So I'm sure Sai can.
FTRL is out on the medium tyre early, where for the last 2-3 races he's been in, he's started on the medium compound. So being out this early, it suggests he's going to go and do a soft run or try and improve on the hard tyre, which is asking a lot.
I don't know if the hard tyre is the way to go. Like I said, we haven't seen anybody use it, so I think most people have either gone soft to medium, obviously depending if you're starting outside the top 10, then a few have gone medium to soft. But as I say, the hard tyre's just not really been used this week. It's a short race, only 27 laps? Or 29? It's 27, isn't it? 27 this one.
Yes, 27 I want to say.
We'll go with that. And not too high on tyre wear. So we shall see. I expect Foggy will fit something a bit softer, and we'll see him again.
Well, as pointed out, the two Alfa Romeos are very closely matched on pace at the moment, with 9 thousandths of a second between them.
It is pretty much as equal as you're going to get. Big Pizzas starting his first flying lap. Wall there into turn 1. It's a very the banking on that corner definitely helps you throw it in there. You're so late on the brakes and going in there. You think you're going to outbrake yourself, but the corner just kind of caresses you round with the camber.
It feels very nice if you're running by yourself. However, if you're trying to overtake, it's a very difficult corner to try and run side by side through. So, yeah, we don't see too many side by side battles through.
Big Pieces has gone around Dunlop.
Oh no!
Let's put it into lap. Just on board with Zom now, who's the last of the runners to set the flying lap. The Big Pieces has just abandoned his lap. And through the Degness. Whoa, big slide coming out of the second Degner under the bridge.
These two had a little bit of a run earlier on in the session. So.
Indeed, Aaron has started a hashtag in the chat. Thinks shorter. I think there probably should be things shorter than the distance Sam Saunders will win by tonight. Peter Crouch's legs and a marathon.
Aaron Taylor's forehead.
Shot across the bows. Let's see what his one is.
Oh, I mentioned Foggy out earlier. He's come back out on the medium tyre.
Good work, although I think he's got the pace to be around that top 5. Zom goes P11.
He did unfortunately miss last week's race, but he was helping out the people of Doncaster by putting down a few sandbags. So, yeah, helping out the local community.
And good, and we've got yellow flags all around, but that's probably just people getting out of the way. Let's pick up unsafe release, who's just started a flying lap.
Agent Panda was in one side of the gravel trap and Big Pizzas was on the other side, so I don't know if they were trying to let people past or throwing a bit of a picnic.
Really unsafe release as he comes through the S's, looking nice and tidy so far.
Oh,
A bit of a wobble there though. Around the Dunlop. Keeps it all tidy there.
BLT is facing the wrong way, coming out of the second dignet.
Oh, just as unsafe release arrives. Flashes past the McLaren.
Oh, he got reset the track, so it's a good job unsafe release got past when he did.
Apparently you should be worried you've opened up a can of worms now. Brilliantly.
It's fine, I'm used to it by now.
Comes around the spoon, nice, tidy on the exit. That's a very tricky part though, the second part of the spoon, is to get the rod to the straight. They need to hook it up, and I think I struggled quite a bit to get that right a few times last night, but no such problems with unsafe release. A very tight battle currently for that sort of second through to sixth place. You've got 2/10 of a second.
Very close.
Here comes unsafe release. Can he improve on P4? He goes fastest. Unsafe release throwing down the gauntlet to Sam Saunders.
I don't know if Jamie was on a lap, but the way he took that last chicane was interesting, shall we say? It looked like he was trying to take the old pit lane entry. And yeah, he found out there was a gravel trap at the other end of that, so that ended that run.
So picking up Jesper now as he comes over the bridge. Of course, the uniqueness of this track is it is a figure of 8 circuit. I think I've rubbed chili in my eye because that now really burns.
You don't
listen here, kids. No, you definitely do not want to do that. Deep burn. Oh my god. I'm not enjoying myself right now. I'm just going to say this. That's going to keep me awake and focused.
We like to see commitment in FTRL, and you're showing the commitment to find new ways to keep yourself awake during a stream.
Well, F3 action generally keeps me awake. This is just going to make me cry. The food was good, but I don't recommend putting it into your eye. Ow.
Well, Froggy has done a lap and got up into P8 on the medium tyre.
Apparently I'm going to get a can of Man Up in the post from Aaron. Thanks, Aaron.
I mean, Aaron, do I know what Man Up is?
I know you've got like a lifetime supply of it, you big sissy girl. So I'm sure you can spare one can for me. Thanks.
I mean, to be fair, I know he has been personally sending Joe Burns quite a lot of them.
So Sam Saunders coming round to start his next flying lap. What can he do about unsafe release? He's got 4/10 of a second to make up. Here we go, on board with a lap with our current championship leader. He swoops around turns 1 and 2. Nice and tidy so far. We've got a bit of traffic up the road. So
he's got Oven and Big Pizzas in front of him on the road.
A bit of a wobble there in that first left-hander.
Trouble is, Big Pizzas is on a lap, I believe, so...
Nice as they've done to the curb. He's come to the end of the first sector and he's catching that traffic rapidly. He's 15,000 Ovens. Ovens taking the scenic route. There he is. Yeah, back on again now. So up in that first sector, but only 15 thousandths of a second.
I mean, could we see the first race by Samson? He's not on pole position.
Swoops around into Spoon, attacking the apex there, out to the curb. Very nice line.
Big Pizzas.
Well, toe here could help him, but Big Pizzas is not going to get out of his way.
I said Big Pizzas is on a lap, so doesn't have to get out the way. But
I expect Sam Saunders is going to catch him in the braking area. He definitely is.
He does indeed.
Yeah, he's pulled out of that one. So unfortunately, abandons the lap. He's got time to get in, get a fresh set of tyres on and go again if he turns around quite quickly.
Well, Patel, or FTRL Hammertime as otherwise known, has said the Scottish Cockney for a podium tonight. So that will be in reference to FTRL Switchback.
just went on board with Norwich City, who has gone off at the first Degner. And he has unfortunately pulled off and retired, so that is the end of his qualifying session. Currently sitting on P5.
There's a Jamie in the chat saying what Big Pizzas holding people up, but Big Pizzas was on a lap, so he didn't have to get out the way.
Aye, he's on fire!
Stop playing with it, leave it alone.
I'm not playing with it, I'm just trying not to touch it. Oh, Oven drifting around the first of the Degners there.
I mean, Oven does tend to like a loose back end, but we'll leave that for another day.
Somebody has loosened the door on the Oven. Gets a bit tail happy coming out of the hairpin as well. And the car is lively. Now heading down towards Spoon, currently in P9. I think Oven will hopefully be a little bit further up than that.
I would say his best time at the moment is on that medium tyre, same as Foggy, so...
I think he's backed out of this lap.
Yeah, he's in Norwich RS.
Yes, he's backed
So
out
it
of this
might be
lap.
a little bit too sideways for his own liking, that one.
Top 4 all on their hour lap, as is Jamie. Marty is on a lap, so let's pick up the second Red Bull, who's got a lot of traffic there. He's just avoided a couple of them getting out of the way. One of the McLarens and one of the Alfa Romeos. P7, so a good qualifying effort so far from Marty.
I'm going to keep an eye on Jesper, who's currently P3, he's just started his flying lap.
30R into the braking zone for the final chicane. Neat and tidy through there. Gets the power down, behind the bump. And Marty improves to a 29.7 but stays in P7 for now.
Oh, well, Jesper was 2/10 up, but cut the first Degner, which invalidated that lap, so...
End of him. Let's pick up FTRL Switchback, who is just coming through the first couple of corners. And McLaren, what can he do here? Currently P4, bit of gravel kicks up there in the first of the right-handers. This is S section. Getting tidy so far. Around Dunlop, oh, a bit wide there. Kicks up the dirt on the outside. He's 0.2 of a second up. Yes, he's going quick.
I want to drop back and have a quick look at Sam Saunders.
Got one safe release on the lap as well, so current pole sitter, or current front row, both on flying laps. Switch back now
Sam
around
10.5 up in second.
into Spoon corner, attacks that first apex. He comes across the Rebel of Marty, gets out of the way. P11. I'm going to give it a shout out to AJ inside the top 10 now, and the second of the Mercedes, or the first of the Mercedes in fact tonight. Good effort from him.
So you can say now that he's officially out-qualified his team, huh?
Here comes switch back to the line, currently P4, goes P3. Just a 10th off Sam Saunders, who we will now pick up.
Saunders is 2/10 up at the moment.
He's going to need more than that though, he needs about 3.5. So what can he make up in his...
Build on his lap, Oven has build on his lap. So.
Comes to the line, goes back into pole position, and also Felice has retired from the session, so that is that. Sam Saunders takes back the pole position at the death.
Gained 6/10 in that last sector.
That is, it's literally 2 corners. How has he found 6/10 of a second in 2 corners? That man is impressive. And we are very lucky to have him. I'm sure the other drivers probably don't agree, because they would quite like to fight for a win occasionally. But there we go. So qualifying is done, and Sam Saunders takes another pole position, pipping unsafe release, who will share row 1 with him. Row 2 is FTRL Switchback with Jamie, and just ahead of his teammate Jesper, with Norwich City in P6. Marty in the lead Red Bull in P7, ahead of Foggy in the lone Ferrari, with Oven and AJ rounding out the top 10. So we'll go down the rest of it in a moment when we get onto the grid, as it will probably cut out before... No, we've got 9 seconds. BOT 11, Zom 12, Big Pizzas 13, Agent Panda and Sai Blue Flag bringing up the rear. Just spotted the countdown in the corner there. So there we have it. There is... Sorry, go on.
Oh, so we've got Foggy and Oven on that medium tyre inside the top 10.
So they're going to go for the alternate strategy, which didn't work for anybody on Monday. Who did anybody try it yesterday? I don't think so. I think the top 10 were all in on softs, weren't they?
I think three guys tried it.
What did Rom do? What did Rom run that strategy? Because he came through from the back.
Rom pitted twice for softs.
Oh, of course he did, yeah. Indeed. Solid effort from him. So while we are waiting for the grid to line up and start the formation lap, obviously this is the time for everybody in the chat to get their podium predictions in. So let's hear what you think, boys, and while we wait for them to start getting theirs in, I'll come to you, Pagani. What do you think for a podium tonight?
My usual podium prediction is Goy, so...
Just a bit Goy.
I want to go unsafe release to win the race. Give Sam Saunders a good race today. I think Sam's going to clip curb and spin, so I don't think he's going to get the podium for once. So unsafe release, FTRL switchback and blue flag from the back.
Big call, big call. Nice. So I do not believe that Sam Saunders is going to spin, so I do think Sam Saunders is going to win this race. I think unsafe release will hold on to P2. And I think that switchback will hold on to P3, so I'm going to go as you are. As you are.
Yeah, it's nice to see that you're adventurous there with your pixel.
Well, if I want to be adventurous, I'd say Agent Panda, Big Pizzas and Zom. That would be an adventurous pick. So that's my secret actual pick, but yes, so I'm going for Sam, unsafe release and switchback for the podium. So quick rundown of the starting order. We got Sam Saunders on pole position in the Williams, alongside the Has of unsafe release. FTRL switchback going off P3, alongside Jamie, our reigning F3 champion, in the lead Alfa Romeo. Backed up by his teammate FTRL Jesper in P5, and Norwich City in the Sol Toro Rosso tonight is P6. Marcy out-qualifies his teammate in P7 and shares row 8 with Foggy starting on those medium tyres. What can he do with the alternate strategy? He's going to go head-to-head with FTRL Oven, who's P9, also on the mediums, and AJ rounding out the top 10 in the lead Mercedes. BLT in the second McLaren is P11, and the first with a free tyre choice. He's gone for the softs, ahead of the Sol Renault of Zom, who's also picked the softs. 13th is Big Pizzas in the Sol Racing Point, ahead of Agent Panda in the second Williams, and bringing up the rear is the Mercedes of Blue Flag, so watch out for him coming through from the back.
Well, we've got Aaron saying that Sam, then switchback and Jamie for the podium. And Junkie Sports gone all out and said Big Pizzas for a podium. So
oh, somebody's agreeing with Aaron there, so
Blue Flag has come to the back of the grid, so it will not be long until we get lights. And I have a picture of the pit lane entry, so that's good.
Oh, yeah, I've had that view on Monday. Just like a camera there with a funny one. So 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we all go. It's a good start from unsafe release. He's up alongside Sam Saunders. Into turn 1, they're side by side. Sam gives him room. Unsafe release is up the inside. But Sam holds him off around the outside. Jamie's pip switch back off the line. He's up into P3. Oven has jumped Foggy.
Oh! AJ's half spun into Zom. Zom's got wing damage. I think AJ's missing that right end plate as well.
So a bit of carnage further back. Sam Saunders held off the advances of unsafe release, who's now got Jamie bearing down on him in the lead of the Alfa Romeos. Up a position off the grid. Switchback now having to defend from the second of the Alfa Romeos of Jesper. Jesper already getting very racy here. Blue flag up 3 places as well, up into P12.
Yeah, blue flag looking very racy on the back of Zom. Obviously Zom with that wing damage. Blue flag makes the pass into Spoon.
Blue flag already up behind his teammate and also on the verge of points already. Just kicking up the grass there as he moves over to the right hand side for 130R. The Mercedes now does AJ pits. He does not. No, he carries on. So he'll probably be feeling that. Yeah, you can see he's missing his right end plate, so he will be feeling that in this next section.
Oh, Norwich is in the pit there.
Damaged his wing, he pits.
Take the back and switch back into turn 1. Get on the half spin.
There's another one there with wing damage, struggling a bit in this S section. This is where it's really going to hurt you. Not wanting to compromise his strategy.
Unsafe release was on full hold pit lock through Dunlop.
Sam just starting to stretch his legs a little bit. He's already out of DRS range to 1.1 seconds, but behind him, Jamie switchback Jesper almost a tail. For second, third, fourth and fifth. We've got an FTRL train going on. Herman, Marty and Oven running in formation, 6th and 7th. Ahead of Foggy, BOT and AJ still holding on to that last point, but it looks as if he's about to be passed by his teammate, and he is. Blue flag's wide though through Spoon.
He is. Blue flag has got damage on that front left hand side. He's got no
damage as well. So both Mercedes walking wounded. We've got the 3 with wing damage in a line here. Blue flag, AJ and Zom. And do they pit or do they carry on? Oh, AJ almost into the back of his teammate. He's gone straight on at the chicane. Lost places to Zom, big pizzas.
Oh! I was on board with Agent Panda and he got a wiggle through the kick.
Huge wobble on that bump. AJ retakes the place. Now they're side by side into 1. He backs out of it and AJ retakes 13th.
I must admit, I did fear for Agent Panda there. I thought he was going to head first into the pit entry wall.
Oh, unsafe releases off between the Degners into the gravel.
Oh no.
Run wide, he's held on to second place, so he'd opened that gap up a little bit. And that is going to bring Jamie right back onto his tail. And let Sam Saunders just disappear a little bit further up the road again. It is just starting to inch away from Jamie a little bit here. That gap's opened up a little bit and he's now got a switchback on his rear wing. He's managed to hold off the early advances of his teammate Jesper.
Switchback didn't do a switchback as the name implies.
Switch his places back. Fantastic.
Our two guys that qualified on medium were in together on track. Logan and Froggy swapped around since qualifying, so I've been trying to close down the Red Bull team now.
DRS is open. Can switchback get a run here into turn 1? I think Jamie's got the DRS off unsafe release as well though. And that saves him. Jesper just dropping off a little bit at the moment, so we've got 3-way battle for second place. And Jesper just trying to cling onto their coattails at this stage of the race. Red Bull's running flying formation.
Going to be critical, I do believe. As Jesper's on 50%, switchback's on 40%, and then Jamie's on 27%. It does eat your ERS around here. So
yeah, you've got to manage it a little bit. I mean, the section, once you get around sort of first couple of corners, you can probably drop it down to 1 because there's not really many opportunities for overtakes until you get to probably the hairpin. Unless, of course, your name is Hammer Time and you go around the outside of him to Degner 1. I think I can still hear him moaning to himself in an erotic manner about that overtake, and I've just reminded him of it.
AJ has relented with that front wing damage and has pitted and gone on a fresh set of softs.
Yeah, just spotted that. I think it's probably the right call. 'Cause you just lose so much time in that middle of that first section. Jamie now right onto the back of unsafe release. And the switchback has dropped back into the clutches of the second Alfa Romeo of Jesper. It gives me this wonderful shot of the inside of his right front tyre.
Ovens round the last chicane.
Unsafe release is on the defence, he's gone tight. Jamie going round the outside though. And gets it done into turn one. Great take behind him. Jesper not able to repeat the overtake. And switchbacks hold on for now, but Jamie up into P2. And can he do anything about Sam Saunders, who's already 3 seconds up the road? You see him then go around Dunlop.
I think if these two
Jamie with a slide there.
Just trying to chill, I think they could probably be a little bit quicker than Sam. They were, unsafe release was holding his own until he clipped that gravel, but Jamie wants to be in front.
He's got 0 ERS, so he's trying to build. Oh, onside release! Almost into the back of him. He's wide, switchbacks up the inside. He holds on around the outside there, but that was a near miss. Just missed his braking point there. Almost slammed into the back of the Alfa Romeo. But managed to hold on to his place and avoided any contact. Switchback now looking very racy at this stage. He's got a good run out of Spoon. Is he close enough to have a look into 130R? They're both closing on Jamie.
2 ERA. Oh, very defensive from Jamie.
To be unsafe release, got a great run on him as well there. Oh, now unsafe release trying to get a run out the corner. He goes wide to avoid the bump. I think he's got him. He does. Switchback takes P3. Unsafe release is going to come back at him.
Straight line.
Jesper's in there as well. Great battle going on here. These four giving us a absolute fantastic battle. Jamie's just trying to scarp her, but not getting away yet. All that squabbling.
West. Aaron, can we see the tyres, please? From Aaron.
Certainly, sir. Certainly. There we are. So Norwich, he's gone onto the hards, and I do wonder if he's going to try and run to the end. So, where to go?
I mean, you're going to be very slow towards the end.
And all the squabbling between these four has let Sam Saunders get another 1.8 seconds over them. It's now 4.7, 4.8. So yo-yos around. These three all covered by 1.5 seconds. Let's hope they stick around and stick together to the end of the race.
Half spin that Owen had. It's out probably to do the standout medium run at the moment, 3-7. And Drinky's sport is calling it a night because he's up sea fishing in the morning, so.
Yeah, well, catches a big one, Carl. Catches a big one. Switchback has got a good run here on Jamie. Jamie's having to go defensive. Takes the racing line, switchback up the inside though. Oh, Jamie's out on the curb and he picks up a penalty for his troubles as well. Now switchback is wide and Jamie's back underneath him, and here comes unsafe release as well.
Ovens on the last chicane again.
And he's held him off, so switchback holds on to P3. But Jamie picks up a penalty in all of that. See, the switchback went up the inside, he tried to hang on around the outside, ran out onto the green, run off. Picked up a penalty, but then switchback went wide at the second part of the first couple of corners. And gave Jamie the place back. All this has brought Jesper back into this fight as well. And Marty is also just starting to inch up on these guys a little bit. He's taken about half a second out of them on all this infighting.
I was going to say, we've got this 4-car train for second place. Imagine, like Aaron says, if it was the battle for the lead.
Agent Panda has just pit as well, so I think he must have picked up some damage.
And the other one who surprised me was he lost it twice at the last chicane. I don't know if contact's been involved, but yeah, maybe not at his best tonight.
Jamie bails out of P2 into the pits, so he's going for an early stop.
My number truck was usually worth about 3 seconds to get it right.
What can he do? So that leaves us with 3 for the battle for P2.
And with these boys battling, however, he has gone on the hard tyre.
Interesting. There's another one going on the hard side. Just to really eat those tyres up in that first section.
BLT's in the gravel.
BLT was just starting to catch up with Foggy, so they put pay to that charge. Then dropping back towards Jamie, who's come out in P8, just ahead of Blue Flag. Still nursing that wing damage.
Don't walk around and score a couple of points for Blue Flag tonight.
Indeed, now that Jamie's gone, these three have just fanned out a little bit. So now they can just concentrate on getting some hot laps in. Can they A, leapfrog Jamie with the overcut? Can they do anything about Sam? Come through 130R. Jesper just dropping away again a little bit through this last part of the lap, then he closes back up at the chicane.
Jesper failed.
So both Alphas pitting early. Marty in as well. That's a bit of a surprise because Marty's usually very good on his tyres. What tyres are these guys going on to? Jesper goes on to the mediums, as does Marty.
Jamie's going down start finish, right?
So Jamie will leapfrog his teammate. Jesper just out in front of Blue Flag.
Well, a couple of the boys suggesting could be Jamie's chance of a podium going up those hard tyres.
In answer to your question, Aaron, no, I don't believe he can do at the moment. I think it was the new year when the situation might change.
Well, inside release is sticking on the back of switchback. As I say that, he's had a massive slide going through Spoon. I think the tyres on his Haas are finished.
Expect him in shortly then. We've got the Red Bulls running together again now. After Marty's stop, he's just dropped in front of his teammate. Ultimately, he's compromised his strategy, having those two moments. Now, the switchbacks carries on, and unsafe release going on as well. I'm going to do one more lap. So lap 10 is probably the optimal strategy, according to the game.
I mean, Sam has currently got...
Jesper has just beaten, or just taken his teammate. They've now gone, he's had to cut the grass, and Jamie gets it back again, so the Alfa Romeos have got themselves together, and Jesper on the medium tyre is suddenly looking the more racy of the two, as Jamie made a mistake going onto the hard tyre.
Jamie's really struggling for traction through this first sector compared to Jesper.
I think he's picked the wrong tyre. Oh, he's wide. Oh, he's crashed. Oh, did they touch?
Didn't look like contact on my end.
Jamie has lost his left front end plate. So that's...
Was he had him... Oh. I don't know if he was pulling over there or tried a bad run up the corner, but... He had a massive wiggle going through Dunlop and then caught that slide, but it pushed him further wide. I think he got the grass on the right, which just sent him spinning the barrier on the left.
So we are obviously deprived now of one of those guys who was battling for P2.
Well, Sam's carried on, switched back on unsafe release and just entered the pit lane.
So second and third place into the pits. Now, where are they going to come out relative to Jesper? He's going to have lost a little bit of time battling.
Agent Panda's had a spin in sector 1.
There's Jesper. Jesper's coming into the final chicane now. Switch back and unsafe release on their way down pit lane. I think they're going to be safe. It's going to be close though. Here comes Jesper.
Switch back's off pit entry now. Entry pit exit even.
Jesper arriving quickly on the back of them, so these three have got back together. Which means that we're going to be treated to another 16 laps of action between these three. Jamie Pitts goes onto the medium tyres, probably what he should have done in the first place. Zom also pits. Big Pete's is also pits.
Big Pete's is pitting as early from medium, he'll have to do it the hard time to go at the end.
He does indeed.
Oh, closing speed. Blue flag has just done Zom round the outside into turn 1. And Zom was coming out with a pit exit.
Oh, big moment there from Jesper out of the hairpin. Is he trying to chase down unsafe release?
Well, Sam was carried on.
I saw this with Andy on Monday, but Andy obviously started P11, so he had a fresh set of tyres on. Sam's have done a qualifying run, so yeah, he is managing his tyres very, very well at this stage. We've now got Foggy up into P2 on the alternate strategy. On those medium tyres, Ferrari up into P2, then switch back after his pit stop back into P3.
None of our battle for net P2 have DRS at the moment, so it's all sort of calmed down at the moment.
So Zom has got Jamie recovering behind him as they head up towards 130R. We've got yellow flag sector 1.
Had another spin through Dunlop.
Corner has claimed many victims so far this week.
Oh, he's got overheated tyres. He spun again at the first exit.
Jamie very close there as he brakes for the final chicane. He's got to run on Zom down the start finish straight. Using the DRS and swoops around the outside into turn 1. No, Agent Panda has crashed and retired, unfortunately. Jamie gets the overtake on Zom. Dunlop goes very deep into turn 2, but hangs on to it. Back up into 11th and chasing down blue flag. Yellow flag sector 2. What's that?
Sam is entering pit lane.
Oh, that might be for Agent Panda's car actually. Sam pits after 12 laps on those tyres. Goes on to the mediums as Foggy takes the lead. Obviously he's running longer.
Switchbacks has been pushing.
So the fastest lap, where is he going to come out relative to Sam Saunders? Come down a little bit, it's only 4.6 seconds now. What can he do? Can he do anything? He seems to have dropped unsafe release to the tune of 1.3, 1.5 seconds now, so he's got out of DRS range. Just up there like a little slide there in that left-right transition. I suffered a few times with that. Well, he's 4.3 and closing. And Sam's also got to deal with Foggy, so he's got a bit of dirty air. As Jamie now sets the fastest lap as he tries to recover. He's on the tail of blue flag.
He is indeed.
These two coming out of turn 2 into 3 and 4. Blue flag recovering after early wing damage and having to start at the back. These two are the closest together on track at this stage. We're going up to half distance, just the one retirement so far, so FB boys keeping it on the black stuff.
Was you've said it now though.
Yeah. Jamie looking racy there, gets a tight line out the hairpin. Flag holding him off for now. Oh, Jamie's up the inside, and round he
Spoon.
goes. Blue flag gets a penalty, and he's stopped on the circuit as he's got to wait for Jamie. So contact there, Jamie having a spin up the inside. He must have got the warning for overtaking, having run wide, I wonder. Or did he just let him through because he thought that was his fault? If so, that's very...
Overtaking into the spoon is not the easiest manoeuvre.
We've seen multiple incidents over the last 2 days, and there is another one to add to the cause. Oh, Foggy, the race leader, has been caught by Sam Saunders.
Indeed.
So only a matter of time now before the Williams man will probably regain the lead. Foggy being chased by his car from last season. It'll be an emotional moment, I'm sure. Oh, clips the grass there, so he keeps to the right. Sam goes up the inside into 130R.
I think it would have been an even more emotional moment if they collided.
There would have been Twitter war.
Was it? Twitter would have gone wild. Probably staying out for now.
From 202 swap, yeah, you're probably looking at about lap 18, 19, I think, before you want to be on. Maybe 17, 18, maybe for the softs. Fuel load.
I think I paid at the end of 16. Oh no, it was Monday, it was a long time ago. Jamie has caught onto the back of Zom, who got past in that incident with blue flag.
Sam Saunders, our race leader again, on his merry way. He's leaped ahead of FTRL Foggy. Continues to run long on the medium compound. FTRL switchback in P3. It's just starting to close down on the Ferrari man. Unsafe release in P4, and he's hanging on. So those two fairly constant gap. And also behind unsafe release we've got Jesper, so these three running close. Just out of DRS range of each other at the moment though, but a mistake, and it will all close up again. Behind them, Marty still leads the Red Bull charge in P6 ahead of his teammate. Still on his...
Jamie's round.
Oh, Jamie, not again. He's gone off the Dunlop.
Doesn't appear to be liking Dunlop at the moment.
One of many drivers who suffered this weekend. Oh, this week, sorry. That corner, he's got all his wing intact though, so... There's a few places on this one.
Everything up on the engine. Got fastest lap and has now turned everything back down on the engine.
So Dunlop was on one of the actual corners where I didn't actually have any moments, apart from running into TNR. It wasn't really a moment.
Well, Oven has pulled the trigger. No, Jamie's retired from the session.
Where has he gone off? The pizza's coming up to it now. Looks like he's gone off at Spoon.
I'm going to suggest that might be through wrong now.
So Jamie is our second retirement.
Not falling into place this season for last season's champion in FTRL.
Fortunately not. Sam Saunders on his merry way. Foggy now is starting to be caught by the McLaren switchback, and just 1.1 seconds behind. Jesper is now also closing on unsafe release for P4. Got that gap down to just over a second, so he's almost within DRS range.
Blue flag is pushing Zom into Degner. Oh, there's contact. In the second Degner. I think blue flag saw his mate Hammer Time do it wrong outside of Degner 1 last night, so I think he's trying to do the same.
Some got wing damage. Seem to be struggling around the hairpin. Blue flag sweeps around and takes P10. He does indeed. He's missing his left end plate again.
And that promoted blue flag back inside the top 10. Owen on those fresh softs has caught rapidly in the back of Norwich on 15 lap old hard tyres.
He's on closing on blue flag, even with that wind damage. Okay. Cat just swiped for the end of my microphone then. What are you doing? Can't talk, you can't. No. Can't have the microphone, sorry.
Well, Norwich held Owen back to turn 1, but there's a run through Dunlop. Talk about side by side through Dagner,
Yeah.
it's not worth it, boys. Well, the switchback has caught onto the back of Foggy down this back straight, going into 130 yard.
Jesper also now within DRS range. Switchback gets the overtake done to 130. Oh,
Owen is on the outside of Norwich City coming up the hairpin.
does Foggy pits? He does. The Foggy coming in.
Side by side, the entry to Spoon, Owen gets the move done, and VLT is not that far away.
We've got awful view of the inside of the right front tyre of Jesper. Shows me absolutely nothing. I'm trying to look and see if there's a battle going on. Thank you, there we go.
I believe Mr. Blue Flag called that Lee Cam last night, so... yeah.
For my love of it, or you kept seeing me in that view?
Of course, he kept hearing you having it on Monday.
Yeah, flag sector 3. Who has... Oh, Norwich City
Norwich
has
City.
gone around at the chicane. He's pitting. So he's had enough of those hard tyres. He's going to bolt on a set of softs and go to the end. I think this is how wavy the pit lane is.
Yeah, I did take note on that last night. It is horrendous.
And that drops Norwich City down behind Zom. He goes through into P10. Pizzas and AJ are battling over P12. But due to their various misdemeanours, they are some way off the back at the moment.
Well, Owen's just gone around the outside of the hairpin of BLD. So,
Very nice overtake there.
our two runners on the soft inside the top 10 and now 6 and 7. Oh, Zom!
Oh, Zom's gone.
Where was that? I think that's on the very end of Dunlop. And we'll run to Degner 1.
So on board with Big Pizzas. Let's have a look, see if we can see.
Yeah, on board with Big Pizzas, but AJ is very close behind
Yeah,
now.
he has gone right on here. Oh, Big Pizzas is right onto the green runoff. Yeah, like you say, Zom has gone off there right at the end of the Dunlop. He must have gone a little bit wide, probably picked up the grass and... Oh, AJ almost into the back of Big Pizzas at the hairpin.
It looks like AJ with his fresh tyres does have a pace on Big Pizzas at the moment.
Fresher and softer.
When the move is happening, not if. But Big Pizzas holding on for now.
This battle, no points at stake for the moment, but one more retirement and these two will be fighting for a point, so it's definitely worth. So Foggy, after his alternate strategy, has come out in P6 ahead of Oven P7.
Oh!
Oh,
I don't
AJ's
know if
lost
AJ
it.
just missed the brakes, but definitely tagged the back of Big Pizzas. Got wing damage, unfortunately.
Right front end plate there. He boxes for a new wing. He'll probably go into the soft tyres as well. Not the race for AJ, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, I do believe that was our closest battle. So it's all sort of calmed down at the moment. I'm not sure what's going on. It's not an F3 race.
I don't know, what's going on, FA? Come on.
Oh, well, Zom was blaming a curb, so I wouldn't guess he started to lose it at the start of Dunlop, held on for so long and just couldn't hold on any longer.
Switchback is taking time out of Sam Saunders. I don't know if Sam Saunders is just managing the gap. It was 6 seconds, now 4.9. And Sam just rolled back a little bit.
So Sam does have, or did have 100% ARS, so I think
it looks like he's just pacing himself, I think, at this stage of the race.
I mean, it would be a nice position to be in.
I don't think I'm ever going to be in that position, unless we do like an F5 and racing against toddlers. Maybe then.
I don't know. It would appear that like F1 nowadays is a young man's game, so toddlers would probably still beat me. The gap between Jesper and Safe Release has been sort of constant since his pit stop.
Yeah, so he got it down to just under a second at one point a couple of laps ago, but Safe Release has just eased away again.
Foggy is getting on Marty, but I don't think he's going to catch 12 seconds.
Also 12 seconds back to Oven.
Norwich City's closing on blue flag.
Only 4.5 between those two.
Maybe he needed rub some more on the
Yeah, maybe, yeah. I can't remember which finger it was. Just pains having out all my fingers until which one was the one that makes it burn again. Just an update on my eye, it doesn't burn anymore, so I'm okay.
I don't think anybody asked, but look, I'm going to go with it.
Well, there's not much going on the track at the moment, so yeah, got to fill the time somehow, haven't we?
Well, nothing much is going on. Might as well do a quite little plug while we're here.
Yes, yeah, plug away, my friend.
Charity race on the 1st of December for Mind, which will be on GT Sport, involving Group 3 cars at Mont Panorama, aka Bathurst. 4-hour endurance race, so yeah, come and watch us go through hell in the name of charity. Now, I believe Zach is going to be doing comms, so please come along and support him because he's going to need it. Do 4 hours of commentary in the cold. He will be lauded as a hero. So.
Scottish, he's used to the cold.
But no, it should be a good laugh, and if it can raise some money for charity, all the better. So.
Indeed, I think we've got the Just Giving page set up now, so that will be tweeted out shortly, and then we'll be plugging it left, right and centre, so I do apologise in advance for the massive amount of spam of that coming up.
I would apologise for it, but I have no soul, so yeah. Well, Murchie is still gaining on the flag at the moment, but
just picked up a penalty, multiple warnings. Yeah, sector 1.
oh, AJ's in the gravel at Dunlop.
No, dear, this is not the race for him. Self-professed gentleman racer, unfortunately spending a little bit too much time trying to get acquainted with the beach. Maybe you should speak to Junkie Sport. Unfortunately, the sun is not really rising for him here.
Oh, we have Oxox in the chat saying we miss Guy. I think everyone misses Guy. It's not necessarily about what normal F3 boys, but Guy is the shining light.
Again, apologise if you hear that weird noise on the microphone. Once again, that was the cat attacking the microphone.
Nice.
Why are you doing this to me? Why are you like this?
Well, Jesper's lost a couple pence the last couple of laps that went safe release, so that gap's nearly 2 seconds.
Yes, it was over 2 seconds ago, so he just got a little bit of it back. And he's giving himself a bit more work to do, kicks a bit of dust up there under the bridge out of second Degner.
Norwich City's got the gap down the blue flag for 2.4 seconds. It's going to be close.
Now the charge.
I mean, obviously now saying that Goy is our saviour. I mean, this is beginning to seem like a cult. I'm not going to lie.
Cult of Goy.
I mean, as long as you don't try and stab him and drink his blood, I think we're fine. But yeah.
24 on the board. Sam Saunders continues to lead, 4.4 seconds. So not his most dominant of victory, but I think he's probably just managing his pace at the moment.
Also, Sam may be managing the gap, but Switchback has kept the gap at 4.4 seconds.
Doing a good job there, keeping him honest. So he can't afford a mistake, because if he does, he will be there. Behind him on safe release, solid race from him. Holding on to that final podium place and just ease the gap out to Jesper to over 2 seconds again. So these two kind of running equidistant apart.
Well, Norwich City was probably another second on blue flag.
Let's jump back and have a look at this battle.
Norwich has now said that it is a cult of Goy, so I'm not sure how we explain this one to people listening, but yeah. Or to any authorities out there, this is not affiliated with FTRL, this cult, so hands are clean.
Stop it. I swear to God, Kate, if you swear to it one more time. Stop it.
Meanwhile, Lee is practically shadow boxing the cat.
So, Norwich City is now within a second of blue flag, so he is there. Picking up some dirt there. He's still pushing. A bit of a wobble there coming out the second Degner.
I mean, in seasons past I have been stuck behind Mr. Blue Flag for quite a lot of races, so I know he can defend very hard but very cleanly.
There's a mean defence to the side. That's going to be interesting though. City on fresher tyres, fresher soft tyres as well, and really coming alive at this latter stage of the race. If I tucks to the inside there to not give the toe. City here in half a second, so we'll have DRS on the start finish straight.
I mean, I know there's only 2 laps to go, but Switchback's pulled a second in that gap to Sam Saunders.
Just managing his pace. But here comes Norwich City.
It looks like not to defend the inside, so
superior traction, DRS and overtake done. So Norwich City moves up into P9. Inside, keep him honest for the next 2 laps. 2.5 laps.
Samuel just started lap 26 of 27.
And gap again coming down. 3.5. See there, Sam Saunders on his way into turn 2. And we'll switch back. And there is unsafe release. Jesper now has just fallen away. I think those 2 extra laps on his tyres have just put pay to any charge he might have had. So Switchback has a bit of a slide there coming through the left hander. Back end just trying to break away. Just got to keep him on his toes. Isn't a done deal yet. And everybody, Sam Saunders heading into the hairpin on his penultimate lap. 3.7 seconds the gap. Here is Switchback coming into the hairpin P2. Unsafe release currently holding on to the final podium place. Jesper in the sole remaining Alfa Romeo in P4. Good race from him, he's solid, fairly error free. There's Marty, he's had a very quiet race, very lonely race as well.
Blue Flag is pitting.
He's got a lot of time. Is he going to go for the fastest lap? He's got a big gap to Big Pizzas, so he can afford a pit stop.
I can only think that those tyres would have been critical towards the last lap, so I just thought, I'm in 10th, I've got a gap, I'll just get to the finish now.
Let's see what he can do on his final flying lap.
And Samsung has been even quicker.
Just lowering there on 14 lap old medium, so just shows you what pace this man has. Foggy P6, a good race from him. Made that alternate strategy work quite nicely. Picked up a couple of places. Oven on the same strategy, but a couple of unforced errors, or forced errors. I've seen him fall back. P7, solid points from Oven. BLT's had a good race, P8 in the second of the McLarens. Norwich City now up into P9 after his little misdemeanour. Blue flag having pitted. Yellow flag signal 1.
I don't know what happened, but Sam just lost a second of his time.
Unsafe release, and Jesper suddenly knows the tail. I think unsafe release has been off. So on the last lap we have a battle for P3. Jesper is suddenly interested again. So he picks up a warning. In fact, penalty.
Blue flag penalty, so I think he was going for fastest lap.
Safe release has just given himself a bit of a worry from behind there with that little off. What can Jesper do? He's in 5. Jesper's in 4. So they're both pushing.
The final chicane.
What another dominant victory. Sam Saunders across the line and he takes victory ahead of the McLaren. Switchback from safe release, holds on to P3. And Jesper coming home P4. Marty P5. Solid race there from the Red Bull man. Foggy in the Sol Ferrari comes out of the final corner. P6 for him, I think he'll be happy with that. Having done very little practice before tonight. Oven comes around 130R for the final time in the second of the Red Bulls. What could have been for Oven had he not made those silly little spins on the first stint.
I thought he was going to hit the pit wall, I did.
Oven comes home in P7. BLT now coming round the final chicane into the final corner. Over the bump. P8 for the McLaren man. Shitty now coming through the chicane.
He's in overtake. He's trying to get fastest lap, I do believe.
Oh, Shitty over the line. Blue flag. He is 2.5 seconds faster than his current fastest lap. AJ goes over the line, so Simon will be the last one to cross the line. Does he do it? Can he get the extra point?
Does he take the point away from Sam? I believe I saw fastest lap in the top left in the bottom corner. We'll soon see.
So there you have it, round 5 of F3 in the books. It is another victory for Sam Saunders in the Williams. Curbs, switchback from FTRL. Switchback and unsafe release, rounding off the podium.
There we go, I thought my game would crash. Well, blue flag got fastest lap by half a second, so that's another point.
Indeed, you're right. So we'll get the drivers in for the podium interviews. Who do we want as the additional driver for outstanding performance?
I'm not entirely sure. I mean, position change, blue flag had the most, but I'm not sure.
We'll have somebody different. Should we have Marty? I think we don't get to speak to Marty much. Quite a race from him, but solid points again.
He's having a very good season, Marty.
He's indeed, so we'll have him as our fourth then, shall we?
Well, Sam doesn't tend to join the podium interviews, so...
Do our best if you can do the inviting space.
I will indeed.
So F3 done at Japan. Let's obviously they keep an eye out for the Driver of the Day award to be going up on Twitter shortly. Wait for them. Of course, it's not the end of the FTRL action for this week. We've got performance coming up from historic Spa tomorrow, so it's not the end of the F1 action. The Japanese Grand Prix for F1, F2 and F3 are now all done. We've seen 2 Ferraris and a Williams come away victorious. No, we didn't. Tell a lie. We saw a McLaren win Tuesday.
Well, we did indeed. McLaren next suspect.
Yeah, very solid result from him there.
Well, Mr. Switchback has joined us.
Hello.
I have invited several others. Safe Release is here. And Marty did turn his PlayStation off, so he's turning it back on for the podium interview. So
Never rush off, Marty. Never rush off.
I'm going to sit here and try and get warm. So. But by the looks of it, I don't think we want to get Sam again. Oh.
There we go.
Oh, Marty has joined us. So.
Sure, we'll make do with the 3 then, shall we?
Cool.
Right, well, coming to you first then, Zach. Congratulations on P2.
Cheers.
Looked like you had a good battle there going on with Jesper, Jamie, and Unsafe Release in that first part of the race. You want to just talk us through the early part of the race and just the race on the whole, really?
Yeah, well, qualified quite badly. My laps were all awful. Every one of them I made mistakes and I just never felt comfortable whatsoever. And then I lost the position to Jamie at the start. My starts aren't great at the moment. But I had a feeling I was a little bit faster. And it took a while to get past because Japan's not really the easiest track to pass at. But eventually I got past them both. And I picked up a stupid penalty which kind of made the last 6-7 laps a bit of a sprint, and I didn't have much ERS, so I think I was actually going to just finish outside of 3 seconds because my last lap was really good, but then I noticed unsafe it at the moment. So yeah, it was a good race.
Yeah, I say it's very difficult to enter. It's quite a narrow circuit here. So how close were you on penalties at the end there? I didn't actually spot how close it was to jumping you.
The entire race, well, after I got past them, I put the gap up to about 2.5, 2.6, and it stayed 2.5, 2.6 all the way from about lap 10 when we pitted, just after we pitted, till lap 27. It was the exact same, it barely moved. I just managed to increase it a tiny little bit, and then I tried to save a little bit of ERS, but I had nothing left at the end, and I just thought I'm just going to have to go for it and hope for the best. And I think my last lap, I got my fastest lap was lap 26, so I did save quite a bit of the tyres for then, but I think I would have just got second anyway if it wasn't for the incident unsafe had, but it would have been close.
Well, solid points on the board again. Obviously we're chasing Sam Saunders' shadows a little bit again today, but a couple of times there the gap sort of came down. Did you ever think you might be able to catch him, or do you think he was just managing his pace a little bit?
I think he was probably just managing his pace, to be honest. A couple laps from the end I noticed it came down from about 5 or 6 seconds and I got it down to about 3.3. And I think it finished at 3.7, but I'm not entirely sure if that is his real pace or if he just, because he is that fast that he can just relax a little bit when he's in the lead. So I'm pretty sure he's probably got a lot more in the bag than what we showed today.
Indeed. So looking forward to next week. Then we've got the Brazilian Grand Prix. How are you feeling going into that?
I wasn't really comfortable around it at the end of last season. I felt more comfortable in the dry than the wet, probably because my setup wasn't great. But I am not expecting to be on the podium next week. It's not a track I am very good at, to be honest. I'll see and try my best, but I'll be happy with 5th or 6th, roughly.
Well, we shall see how you get on next week. But for now, congratulations on P2.
Cheers.
Alright, it's my...
Yes.
Sorry, I was falling asleep. I'm very tired.
Rude.
I haven't been asleep yet, leave me alone. Well, on to unsafe release. Hash Driver making his first appearance on the podium tonight.
Yeah, well, thank you for that. I have to say the qualifying session actually surprised me a bit there to get in P2. Didn't expect to have that much pace. But anyways, yeah, in the start I tried to get by Sam, but he's very quick, so no chance by that. And the race so far, I had some problems with the rear, sometimes really unstable, especially the S section, so yeah, struggled a bit. But yeah, in the end, could have been second because of the penalty of switchback, but I lost it in the last lap. So yeah, but still P3, first podium here in FTRL. Quite excited.
I will say, since you've joined, you've looked very quick, but it's just been a matter of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. You've been involved in other people's incidents, and I think for this to be your first podium has been very unlucky, and I expect to see you moving on in very big strides. Chasing Sam.
Yeah, but I have to say the performance race in Germany was I was a bit lucky because I started on the harder tires and it moved me very forward to win the race. But yeah, I guess in this tier 3, I guess I can. Yeah, it's hard to keep up with Sam, so no chance with that. But in the end, some podiums would be nice.
Well, as we've already switched back, it's Brazil next week. How do you feel at Brazil?
Yeah, I like Brazil. It's a classic track, and I did some league races the last 2 days there. So yeah, quite practiced in it, and can't wait for that.
Well, congrats on the P3 in F3, and no doubt we'll see you on the podium again before the end of the season.
Yeah, thank you for that. I didn't expect to get a podium anyways in this tier, so yeah, would be nice to get some more podiums then.
Well, fingers crossed we'll be talking to you again. So congratulations today.
Yeah, thank you guys. Bye bye.
There it is. Alright, coming then to our 5th place finisher this evening, rather. Marty VR. Good evening, Marty.
Good evening, lads.
How are we doing? So, a bit of a quiet, lonely race for you there, but you went about your business and you brought home a solid points finish. Happy with P5?
Probably the most boring race of my FTRL league career, but happy with the result. I got a decent start and managed not to lose any places. Messed up my quali a little bit. Was running in time trial like 28.6, 28.7, so was second off the pace. But either way, I think 5th was the maximum result for today, so happy with that.
Yeah, so I think last season you were just frightfully unlucky with getting caught up in accidents on the first couple of laps, getting wing damage, which is the thing I seem to be doing a lot of this season. I think starting, I think you get your qualifying sorted, you're starting a bit further forward, you're sort of avoiding the accidents at the start, and that's sort of just giving you a good platform to get solid results. What are your kind of targets now for the rest of the season? I mean, do you think a podium is possible under normal circumstances? Is there anything on the calendar coming up that you think that's going to be a strong race for me?
Well, to be honest, I was struggling in the beginning with the game. It's very different than the games I'm used to. But now I'm really getting the hang on the game, and was adjusting my brake pressure a little bit, which also helps. But to be honest, if maybe the top 5, top 6 people all finish, yeah, I'll be 6 or 7. But in a crazy race, I can get a podium. So let's pray for that. Let's hope so.
Indeed. We saw that last season in F3. Absolutely anything can happen. So we're looking ahead to next week. That's Brazil. We did that last season. Of course, it was the final round. How are you feeling confident towards Brazil?
I'm not sure. I did not compete the race in Brazil, so no experience on the track. Did a little bit of practicing before the last race because unfortunately I could not join that race, but I did practice, so I know the track a little bit. I pray for sunshine, that's for sure. I pray for sunshine, hoping there's no rain because I no experience no better on the track. So yeah, we'll see.
Indeed. Well, congratulations on a solid points haul tonight, and hopefully we'll be doing a conversation about a podium in the not too distant future.
Keep working on it. Thank you.
So I'm getting bitten by a cat now. Who's ow?
Well done, Lee.
I don't know. I've been swimming, and she goes a little bit crazy when I've been swimming. I think it's something to do with the chlorine in the water. It just sends her a bit wappy. So now she's biting my wrist, so better wrap this up before I get mauled to death. So thank you very much everybody for tuning in again and keeping up with the F3 action, and obviously the last 2 days worth of league action. As I mentioned earlier, it's not the end of the Formula 1 action for this week though. We do have performance tomorrow from Spa, and then on Friday we've got rounds 9 and 10 of the GT Sport coming up from Goodwood and the Nürburgring. Son of a... Damn it, Cap. It's just... dear me. Right, anyway, stop it. I am not dead. You're not allowed to eat me. Anyway, right, wrap this up. Then I go kick her. I don't condone any... No animals will be hurt in the following minutes after the stream, I promise. As long as she behaves herself. Anyway, that is the end of the action for tonight. Thank you very much for joining us, and we will hopefully catch you tomorrow for performance, and if not, then we'll see you again soon. Thank you very much, and good night.